Hey everybody, hey shots fired. My name is Noto, and today you are about to see Command & Conquer Renegade Any Percent. Ran on the recruit difficulty. This game has a lot to it, so I'll mostly explain it as it goes. Just a quick explanation of the difficulties in this game. Recruit is the easiest difficulty and the one we run on. Most notably with recruit, of the big difference between the other two difficulties, is that there is an auto-aim. The auto-aim sucks. In fact, it makes the run very, very hard to do. But it is there. And it is part of the difficulty. The main reason we run on it is because you get double health compared to the next difficulty soldier, and about times 3.5 health compared to commando. And that's really, really helpful. Because the way this game runs is very aggressively. So timer starts when I press the difficulty and the game will start. So 3, 2, 1, go. RTA estimate I am submitting for this category is probably about going to be an hour 13. An hour 13 is a little bit passive. The splits you see on the right are my in-game time splits. I just have them there for comparison. I'm not really going to be focusing on them in this run. Those are the 12 levels of the game. So, this is the first level of Command & Conquer Renegade Scorpion Hunters. This level is a troll. By that, I mean that this level essentially refuses to be consistent for anyone. There is a lot of variance in this level. Some of it we understand, some of it we don't. And there's not a lot of the actual gameplay of the run of this level, so most of this level is on 2 different timers. You just kind of have to wait for the 2 timers to finish and do the things that you can control as fast as possible. So Renegade is a first and third person shooter game. I will run in first person for most of the time. That's just because I like playing first person shooters. There are some trade-offs. First person is probably a little bit better for the overall speedrun, but the trade-offs are negligible enough that it doesn't really matter. So we begin the game by doing some fun movement that I mess up. Kill those guys. And so now here's the first timer of the mission. And basically there's a bunch of dudes attacking our friends. And we just kind of need to wait for them to end. So the first bit of variance we can control is that there are 2 1-8 health enemies. The guy I just killed and this guy. He became his invulnerability despawned and I killed him instantly. After those 2 guys spawn, that rocket soldier spawns and he blows up the APC, which is the first part of the timer. Now we're going to wait for about 1.5 minutes here. The main thing we have to control is this rocket soldier officer. This is the first of 2 helicopters. The second helicopter, this timer ends when the second helicopter is destroyed. This rocket soldier guy can shoot down the first helicopter or the second helicopter early. It happens about 1 in 3 times if you are controlling the variance correctly. The main way you control the variance is by killing the guys I'm aiming between. They have a bad habit of distracting him. He missed. So that's the most common option about 2/3 of the time. So we have to kill these flamethrower guys that spawn out of the helicopter. And then this timer is over. So yeah, this rocket soldier guy is kind of a meme in the community. We call him Rocket Guy. He sucks. He doesn't do his job very often. It saves about 10 seconds if he hits that helicopter shot. My gold of the world record that I just set is with him hitting it, so this will be about 15 seconds slower than world record, the split. Alright, so now we get our tank repaired. Renegade has a lot of vehicle sections. First things first we're going to do is this Humvee is going to drop in front of us and we're going to blow it up because it's going to get in our way. The big thing with vehicles is that they are very slow at turning, so it is very important to tap steer in this game because that increases your momentum conserved. The next thing I'm doing is a thing called Funny Meme Strat by the community. Funny Meme Strat is where you shoot behind you, and there is a small smidge of knockback. I'll show you that in a second. And that saves a couple frames by just knocking you in the direction you want. Alright, so we kill these SAM sites, and the mission is now on a timer until it ends. That is the last requirement. We pick up these 2 rocket launchers because they're going to be very, very helpful later. And now we wait for about 1 minute. So yeah, the knockback I'm talking about is if I shoot my tank in a direction, notice how I'm knocked very slightly in a direction. as you can see, this isn't very far, so shooting behind me when I'm driving doesn't save a lot of time, and it is actually, to be honest, kind of risky because you aren't looking where you're driving to do that. But yeah, we have nothing to do until this cannon explodes, so we are gonna kill our guys in the meantime. Now there's about a 15-second cutscene here, and the level will end. And that is Scorpion Hunters. The level ends exactly when this mammoth tank behind our main character Havoc turns to the center to give the cool cinematic shot. So we get the mission end screen. I'm going to skip through these because I'm being timed by RTA. So yeah. Next up, Rescue and Retribution. This is the first of the Renegade levels where you actually kind of play the game. Hey, Joel. I'm explaining the speedrun right now. So first things first in Renegade. In single, it is faster to jump on hills most of the time with a few exceptions. So uphill, it is faster to jump unless the hill is too steep. And downhill, it is always faster to jump. So we are going to kind of run through this spot. I'm kind of just jumping out of habit because even though the ground's flat, it's not slower to jump when you're on flat ground unless you make a mistake with your input, because you cannot hold jump. You are allowed to hold jump, but it is slower to hold jump than it is to spam jump with the correct timing when you land. So we're going to run through that spot. We're going to say hi to Captain Duncan here, the old Any % route for about 10 years. Visited Captain Duncan in that shed right there, but we skip him now because of a skip found a couple weeks ago called Duncan Skip. And also, another thing is that we kind of ran past there. The prisoners that we ran past, in theory, we can kill the 2 non-soldiers guarding them and get a permanent health upgrade. Our health will be 10 higher throughout the rest of the speedrun. But I don't do that because it's slightly slower. So now we're going to keep on running through this area. And you'll notice I'm not really shooting a lot of enemies, unless they are directly in my way like that guy. The reason is because straight line fast, basically. And the motif of the entire Renegade speedrun is to ignore as many enemies as we can without it killing us, basically. But yeah, we also notice that on that line there, we picked up C4 on this slot. We are going to use that next level to do a skip. That's probably the oldest known actual skip in Renegade. But yeah, running out throughout Rescue and Retribution, we mostly just get to see a lot of Renegade's movement, as well as a couple. At the end of this, we're gonna see a fun skip. So we are going to progress through this part here. That second hill, you'll notice I didn't jump up. That is because it's one of the few hills in the game where it's slower to jump up them, because some hills, if they are too steep, it is slower to jump up them. That hill's one of the few. So yeah, we're going to kind of progress throughout this part here. We're going to ignore about 4 enemies surrounding us. We're going to kill this guy because he's in our way. This guy spawned down. He didn't drop his gun, which kind of sucks. But yeah, now we're going to jump off this cliff. And then we're going to jump off this cliff again, but catch ourselves on halfway down so we don't die of fall damage, because that will kill us if we drop too far. And then we're going to blow up that buggy in front of us. So, in the old Any % route, here's where Captain Duncan, the guy we would visit in that shed, he would give us a super weapon to blow up this building. We don't need to do that anymore because of a skip a runner named Uke found. That flamethrower dude is a hero, by the way. He just tanked a rocket for his SAM site. So we're going to kill these guys. And we are going to do the Duncan skip, which is where we blow up this building by shooting through a wall. And then now the prisoners are able to be freed, so we press the button, and the level ends. It should be noted that there is variance on when the level will end after pressing the button. It can be anywhere between instantly and like 5 seconds. We got a pretty good one there. It was only about a second. But yeah, now we have this cutscene, the level ends. So what we did with the building skip there was buildings in Renegade. That is a gold. Wow. Okay, I have to check what time that is. Buildings in Renegade have a terminal in them called a master control terminal. And the way you traditionally blow up buildings without destroying them from the outside, like with a super weapon in the old route, is by blowing up the master control terminal internally. So what we did there actually was we shot the master control terminal through the wall. Alright, so this is Armored Assault. This level is mostly driving. It is the longest level in the game in terms of the speedrun, not the longest level casually. So we're gonna blow up this helipad so helicopters don't spawn later on in the level. And then we are going to drive. This is a Humvee. It has an anti-infantry gun. It's pretty slow, so we're gonna trade it off pretty soon. Yeah, so, blowing up the master control terminal, we shot it through the wall there because that wall happened to kind of be bugged in terms of we can stick our gun through it and kind of collide into it and shoot through the wall. Alright, so now we are going to drive our Humvee up this hill just because it's the straightest line possible. Gonna kill these guys if they're in our way. And then we are going to trade out our Humvee for this buggy, which is faster. And has less health. It is going to be important that we keep this buggy's health relatively intact. And by intact, I mean, we'll see when it takes damage. There's a spot where we kind of have to take damage to it. And we want to not take enough damage such that that will kill it. There. Alright, so we dodged a shot from this mobile artillery, and we kind of ignore everything around us, and we are going to drive forward. Illustrating the theme of Renegade speedrunning, which is you only lived once, so might as well do it fast and ignore as many enemies around you. Alright, so here's the section where we'll be forced to take damage. We're going to blow up these trucks in front of us because they are in our way. And then this tank is going to shoot us at least once. We want it to only shoot us once. It is bad at leading its shots, so if we correctly drive, I just correctly drove there, it will not lead its shot correctly and miss us the second time. So notice our buggy is now... It has no more armor, which is equivalent to being half health. Armor and health in Renegade function basically the same, with the exception of fall damage taking some health damage. Alright, so I'm going to quick save here, because there is a rocket soldier who will spawn somewhere here. He didn't spawn in a way that he could shoot me. I would have had to kill him if he could have, because he could have blown up our buggy. Alright, so next up is this bridge section. There's a gun turret here that's kind of getting tanked for by soldiers. Alright, and I'm going to quick save again because there's a rocket soldier who will spawn on this bridge. I kill him before he gets a rocket off, which is good. It is a run killer, or like a reload quick save in the case of a marathon, but in the case of grinding for world record, it is a run killer to have your buggy blown up there. This tank won't shoot us unless we Lotus... this tank won't shoot us unless we Lotus save near it, because it's aggroed on the other tank, but there's a rocket soldier behind us. He didn't shoot at us, but he could have, so we kill him fast. And then we're going to blow this truck up in our way. I ran out of ammo there at a very bad time and took unnecessary damage to that gun turret, and also had to take a little bit of a less straight line. But such is the life. My buggy is fine. Alright, next upcoming is the second big skip in the run after the communication center skip, Duncan skip. Alright, so this obelisk will kill us. There is a big door behind it that we need to get through. To get through the big door, you have to blow up this dam. Of course, the way to blow up this dam is to actually go down an elevator and blow it up, its master control terminal up over there. But with a fancy lineup and a lot of trial and error, the community figured out how to place C4 from the outside, the lineup I was just doing there, to blow up the dam such that that door will open up for us there. The obelisk then, this big tower that shoots lasers, will blow up our buggy, which is why we need our buggy to be intact, because it would have one-shot us if we were on foot. And then it gives us enough time to get into the door behind it and progress onto the on-foot section of this level, which is entirely running forward in a straight line and killing anyone in our way, with nothing complicated involved. So yeah, it's also worth noting that it is possible for the obelisk to delay shooting the buggy, getting what some members of the community call a fast buggy, where you can actually drive the buggy through that big door, which saves about 4 seconds. And everyone's best split of this level has them getting lucky and not having the obelisk shoot their buggy, so they save those 4 seconds. We didn't get that, so this will not be exceptional. Alright. So now we are going to run through this section, kind of just pathfinding in the correct area. There's these chem warriors who will shoot at us if we don't kill them, and that rocket soldier guy we're going to kill because rocket soldiers are scary. There are two types of units that are scary in this game, but snipers and rocket soldiers. Snipers can get lucky and headshot you and one-shot you. Rocket soldiers can get lucky and headshot you, yes, with a rocket launcher. This game has rocket launcher headshots, and usually one-shot you. It's possible for a rocket launcher headshot to not one-shot you. There's a rocket soldier there, we're going to kill him, and then we're going to run into this Hand of Nod, which is where the enemy trains. We're going to basically take a bunch of elevators. This guy was nice and dropped armor, which means we won't be taking too much damage. We're now going to wait for this elevator behind us. And then we are going to go to this elevator. And here's where Renegade would be great with elevator music. And then we're going to walk here, which triggers a 40-second cutscene. So, bit of plot of the game. We're chasing after those three scientists that we're now looking through the scope of our sniper rifle being escorted by these soldiers. We're trying to rescue them. That guy there is Ravishaw. He's set up in the first part of the game to be the big bad guy. And then there is Sakura, Havoc's, the main character's ex-girlfriend. We kind of stalk her with a sniper rifle, which is a little bit creepy if you ask me. And there's her current boyfriend who works for the big bad guys. Now, we blow our cover, and normally there's supposed to be a boss fight here. However, we can just jump off this roof, avoiding the boss fight, and go to the mission end trigger. And that is the mission. So yeah, we don't care about the boss fight there. You might see parts of it in 100% if he makes a mistake in 100%. You shouldn't actually have to do that boss fight in 100% either. So now here comes the plotter-ups. This mission's pretty short. It's about 4 minutes with optimal play. We begin this mission by doing like what we always do in Renegade, dodge bullets and ignore enemies who aren't in our way. Eventually we're gonna actually have to, relatively speaking, stop doing that. Later in the game, enemies actually do enough damage such that if they are shooting us, we're gonna have to care. Alright, so here's a Tiberium patch. Tiberium patches radiate you and kind of hurt. So there is a basically frame-perfect jump to avoid taking Tiberium damage there. I didn't get there. Get it there. I did try. Alright, so now in this upcoming section, we are going to run through a bigger Tiberium patch that we can't avoid, because it is a faster route. Our health and armor, so we're at 200, 154. 154 is a little bit on the low side for this section. Not a little bit on the low side. It's like average-ish. So this is a big Tiberium patch. We are going to take advantage of the fact that jumping up hills is faster to take as little damage as possible. We're going to kill these guys, hoping they drop health or armor, which would make this section easier. They don't, but there is a health armor pickup in the middle there, so we don't die to it. Alright, so now we are going to be dropped. There are 3 enemies around us. They're going to shoot us a pretty decent amount, and we are going to ignore them as much as we can. Because a thing in the Renegade Any speedrun is extreme comfort with being low HP. Alright, so now we're going to bust out the sniper rifle. There are, in this upcoming section, 3 Nod officers. Officers can spawn reinforcements, as well as a rocket soldier. So we're going to kill that guy. We kind of missed the first shot. We're going to jumping no-scope this guy. That's not as impressive as it looks. Remember, there is auto-aim on recruit. The auto-aim is very troll, and in later parts of the game will actually make the run immensely harder, such that people, I think, generally speaking, wish that this difficulty level didn't have auto-aim. But we're now going to jump into this building here, and there is an enemy officer with a keycard we need. Is this officer in front of us? He's being a little bit of a dick, to be honest, because usually us shooting will prompt him to try to attack us, which involves him running towards us. Running towards us is very nice because that means we get a little bit more of a efficient of a path. It saves about 2 seconds. He didn't choose to do that time, which is a little bit mean of him, but that is alright. So now we're going to head into this communication center. Our goal this time isn't to blow it up, but rather to get some information from it. So we're gonna go down this elevator. We're gonna bust our rocket launcher, shoot the ceiling gun. I think I thought I missed the ceiling gun actually there, but I didn't. And then we're gonna press this console, and then we're gonna get out of here. Also notably there is a 180 button in Renegade that I used, a quick 180. And now here comes a quote-unquote boss fight of the game, where our ex-girlfriend tries to kill us with a helicopter. That's the boss fight, that's done. You'll notice I slightly delayed shooting the last rocket before I killed her. That is because there was a gate that I had to go through there. But if you happen to get close enough to the gate so that it opens during the cutscene, it will open during the cutscene instead of having to wait during the other time. So it kind of saved a little bit of time. Alright. So here, now to end the level, we just have to run to this dock on the submarine. There's 3 enemies around us. It is possible for them to kill us. And that is would be a rip run if this weren't a marathon setting. But they very rarely do. I've never been killed by them. Some other runners get annoyed at me for how rarely I get killed by them. aka never. Alright, so now comes Stowaway, my favorite level in the game. Stowaway, we are on a ship, and we need to rescue some prisoners. We just stowed away onto that submarine we were running to there. So we're going to blow up these conveniently placed explosive barrels, kill this dude who's in our way, and then we are going to kill this dude who will be annoying later. And we're going to take some very straight lines. Alright. So then we're going to take a hard path around here. Notably, this level is the only level in the single player where enemies have shotguns. You cannot pick up a shotgun, unfortunately. That's kind of lame. We also get a little bit of sneak peek of the end game of this game, where we will have mutants to fight against. Alright. So now we wait for this elevator. I'm not killing this guy on purpose, because when you kill him, he will turn into a Tiberium mutant, which is annoying. I accidentally got clipped on the elevator there. Now we're going to wait till this elevator starts going down, pick up this armor, and go back just in time. Alright, so now we are going to climb up this elevator, jump up to the top little bit, just to save a couple frames. And now here, there's this dude. We kill him quickly to get his keycard. This dude is just in our way. I grabbed a flamethrower pickup there, just to the side. I briefly pressed D. This section we will do relatively fast. There are plenty of enemies around us. We need to kill this first mate of the ship, and we are going to go down as fast as possible. I kind of got clipped on my movement there. And then we are going to jump over this railing and go back down to where the prisoners are hiding. Slash, not hiding, getting imprisoned. Kill the scientist because he's just in our way. And the cutscene starts. This is the best cutscene in the game, by the way.
What's with him? He's sick. We gotta find a way to get him out of here. We'll take the sub. You got the control key? Not yet. Get going. I'll meet you there. You're going up against the whole crew by yourself? Don't seem fair, does it? Maybe I'll shoot left-handed.
Alright. So, maybe I'll shoot left-handed, the iconic catchphrase of Command & Conquer. These guys with shotguns are going to be annoying. We just kind of shoot our way through them enough that they get out of our way. Alright, so now up comes a section of the level that is pointless, but it's just an objective. We have to press E on the 4 missile racks here, so we are going to do that. Notably, their hitbox to press E on kind of sucks, but we got all 4 first try, which is nice, meaning we don't just lose any random time. I'm going to kill those guys in my way, even though it doesn't matter. Load that up because it's funny. And now we are going to get to, that guy to our right here is going to shoot us, but we don't care. We're going to pull out our rocket launcher because there's a helicopter right here that we're going to shoot. This sniper is scary. There's also a sniper behind us that we are going to ignore and hope he does not kill us. He doesn't kill us. Cool. There is a very hard to get skip there that I guarantee I will not get in a marathon setting, let alone here where I didn't just get it. Where theoretically, I just went to disable some torpedo racks. There's a way to skip it if you get a dialogue line to play on the, like, same time. Though that won't happen. Alright. So we kind of kill a chef with a flamethrower. The chef had a flamethrower. He was going to shoot us. Now comes a little bit of a scary part. So I'm going to focus for a millisecond. Where there's a lot of dudes who have guns and would like to shoot us. And because it would be slow to kill them all, we kind of just hope they don't shoot us. Alright, so now here's the captain. He has a security card we need. I'm bad. I just missed a really easy trick. It is possible to jump over that railing there and save like 2 seconds. It is very free on, if you notice my FPS in the top right corner, I pressed a key to FPS cap to 60 there. It is disadvantageous to run this game on high FPS like I am doing. Certain jumps, like the one I did onto the console, are substantially easier on lower FPS. So now we're gonna drop here because this is slightly faster, though this is about 5,000 times riskier. But I took it a little bit safe there by killing that guy. And now we're gonna run here, and the mission's gonna end. Cool. So I lose some time there. Such is the life. But yeah, so that part there's 2 ways to approach that part. There, you can either drop all the way down to the submarine, or you can do where I did, where I dropped onto the railing. Dropping onto the railing is about half a second to a second faster, but is about 5,000 times riskier. It is basically impossible to die if you drop all the way down, provided you have the health to do the longer drop and not die instantly from it. But it is very common to die when you are when you're doing the rail drop, because there's just more enemies to shoot. All right, so here's a flame tank. It's going to try to shoot us. We don't care. There's a way to basically walk in such a way such that he barely hits you. So that's... And then notice we also did pass a buggy there. That buggy didn't hit you. Now, if any of you have played this game casually, I bet you're screaming at your, like, computer, hey, he didn't get Hotwire. Wait a second. He didn't get Gunner. So, the premise of this mission is we have to rescue our friends. The thing is, friends are for suckers. Friends are useless. Why do they care? Why do we care? They don't help us go fast. There is a developer unintended feature. I'm hesitant to call it a bug. So our friends that we're supposed to help are gonna yell at us in the radio. Hey, what are you doing? You aren't helping us. I'm gonna die here. We don't care actually, because of what a fun skip that we're gonna do later. It is by far the hardest skip in the game. By far the hardest skip in the game. But it saves like 5 minutes, so we're gonna do it. It's a necessity to do in the speedrun. We're gonna kill that APC there with our rocket launcher. There's a gun turret here. We're gonna kill that. There's a rocket guy there. We're gonna kill him through the balcony before he even sees us, because he's a mean. Alright. I am first going to try a jump I don't know how to do, because I'm in a marathon setting, and so I want to show off cool tricks. This jump, if you do it first try correctly, saves half a second. Got it. Alright, so that jump saves half a second as opposed to going up the rest of the ramp. I did do my FPS toggle there because, again, some jumps, like that one, are basically impossible to do on high FPS. Alright, so now flame tank will spawn here. Flame tanks... Ooh, I was trying to get it on purpose, but I didn't quite. Flame tanks have a bug in their hitbox, where they just kind of can't get shot by at that spot. It is very troll. It has ruined runs before. I was trying to get it on purpose to show it off. So now here we have a tank section. You'll notice I entered the tank with my rocket launcher. That will be relevant in a second. We're going to blow up these vehicles in our way, and we're going to tap steer as opposed to hard steer, because I thought I killed that guy, but I did not. Alright. That is, once again, a wonderful feature of the auto-aim. And as DJ Thad, former world record holder of this game, points out in chat, There are 3 more flame tanks in this run. It's fine. We'll have a spot to show it off. Alright. So, alright, we're gonna do funny meme shot here because it's funny, and it's a little bit more important on this tank than it is on the last one. So we just kind of passed a cathedral. Our friends are once again gonna yell at us. Hi, you're not helping us. What's wrong with you? We're gonna die. But don't worry about it. Friends are for suckers. Alright, so I got out of the tank with a rocket launcher in hand because you can just kind of animation cancel your tank shots with rocket launcher shots. Alright, so now here's the really hard trick to to not help your friends. I just did it right there. The really hard trick is walk left. Now you could say, hey, you've deceived us. That's not really hard. You're right. Sorry. Alright. I'm going to do a jump that is... That jump is way harder than it looks. I just got first try. I also, once again, FPS kept to 60 there. That jump is impossible on the frame rate I run the game at. Alright, so we're going to play C4 there for no apparent reason. Don't worry about it. And now we're going to get into the final section of Deadly Arena. Also, by the way, we just kind of skipped a pseudo-boss fight there. The guy who just yelled, you're going to bleed GDI, we're supposed to fight him, but that's for, like, suckers. Alright, so now we see Patch. Notice how all of our friends we were supposed to rescue just kind of teleported here. That is because by walking left what we did, by getting out of the tank, is there's a trigger there that if you walk through without having helped your friends, they'll die and the mission will fail. Alright, so notice how these things, I'm killing them. I place C4 there to blow that one up later. And now I'm going to kill you. And then this mission will end once I basically kill enough things. There's 2 helicopters, 3 artillery, and a bunch of soldiers. They'll end once I've killed all the helicopters, artillery, and enough soldiers to infinitely respawn. Is this the next? Okay, this one will be the last one, I think. Oh, it's not. I miscounted. Okay, this one will done. Bad. Okay. So yeah, there's a trigger there to auto-fail the mission if you haven't helped your friends. But the trigger is misplaced such there's just literally a hole in where it is. So if you walk left there, you avoid the trigger. And you save 5 minutes by not helping your friends. The lesson we've learned here is don't help your friends. Alright, so next up, Grip of the Black Hand. This level's supposed to be a stealth level. We're not going to do that in case it isn't obvious by me shooting a grenade launcher to start off the level at a tank. So there's a sniper there. I'm kind of made a mistake by not killing him. We're going to kill this rocket guy. Rocket guys suck. There's a rocket guy here. We're going to kill him because he sucks. Alright, so this level is pretty fast. It's about 4 minutes if done optimally. We kind of run through these halls. Killing anyone in our way. Our goal in the plot of the game here is to continue rescuing those scientists who we've learned are being held here. So first we have to find out where they are, so we go to this war room. Kill the dudes guarding it. Grab a key card. I didn't grab the key card for some reason. Alright. And then... What? Okay, I swear that is not a hard jump. That jump is doable on the FPS I run the game at. I just messed it up 3 times in a row. Cool. So now we're gonna head downstairs because we found out where they were. We are now going to run through here, place a bomb so that they don't, so that we kill the guys there. Kill this guy, and walk here to trigger a cutscene. Okay. So, while this cutscene plays, a very relevant part of this run, we already had kind of one boss fight in the plotter-ups with that helicopter. That boss fight was fake. Now you might say, okay, the rest of the enemies won't be in helicopters, so they're going to be way harder. In fact, they're not going to be. Because you might have noticed a gun we picked up there as we pressed that console at the top floor. A gun we picked up there is called a personal ion cannon. Now, if you're familiar with Command & Conquer lore, or have been paying attention to the run, the ion cannon is the big explodey super weapon from space that shoots the cyan laser. A personal ion cannon is that in a gun. It is stupidly broken, and if you hit a headshot with it, it will one-shot any boss in the game. So, the strategy of the run's boss fights are hit a headshot with a personal ion cannon. Yeah. So that's we are going to have a boss fight at this end of this level. Notice how Mendoza and Ravishah, big bad guys, they capture 2 of the scientists, but blow up the rest of the lab. We get one of the scientists, Sydney. She's really mean and sucks. She's for reason of the speedrun, not of her character. We're supposed to protect her and escort her outside. Protecting and escorting people as they run outside, that sounds like a job for people who don't go fast. So instead, we're going to just run outside as fast as possible. We might kill people if they get in our way. No guarantees, though. Alright, so there's, like, quite a few people to our right there. We don't care. Okay, so 2 flamethrowers got in our way. That was bad for their safety. That black hand got in our way. That was bad for his safety. Alright, so now we're going to pull out the personal ion cannon. Cutscene's going to play where Mendoza, who's the jealous boyfriend of our ex, and big bad guy, he's wants to fight us.
I'll just stand over.
All right, so out of this cutscene, we are going to quick save, and we are going to hit a headshot with the personal ion cannon first try. Let's go. That is the hardest of the headshots to hit of the 3 boss fights that we'll get afterwards. Then he does this thing where he kind of pretends to shoot Sydney. That's supposed to be like when he gets on like 30% below health in the real game. But we took all of his health away instantly, so he does it anyway. So we shoot him, and that's that. All right. So next up, Obelisk of Oppression. This level sucks. This level sucks because of a certain member of our team we just saved called Hotwire. And also, if you'll notice, Deadly Reunion 2 levels ago, it is the same level, just in the day. And we are going backwards through it instead of forwards through it. To be honest, you don't really notice that. You notice the reused assets, but you don't actually, like, notice the similars. It doesn't really actually affect the gameplay to be in similar spots. So we're going to kill those rocket soldiers in the gun turret. We're going to blow up these APCs. And then we are going to wait. Now, why are we waiting? Well, because this level is a level that you can go too fast in, and there are 2 ways to go too fast in it. One way to go too fast fails the level for you, and the other way can lead to level failing for you. So, what we do there, the first person who is running into the group there is a person named Hotwire. Hotwire has to hack something for us. Hotwire is also infamously stubborn. She has a bad habit of either standing in a nuke or just kind of not helping. So, yeah. So we're going to clear the area ahead for her. This isn't too difficult because we just kind of headshot people. Sniper, rocket guys. Alright, cool. So, the big bad guys, Brotherhood of Nod, are trying to nuke us. We got out of the nuke pretty fast. I'm gonna press a bomb there, kill this car, and then kill the sniper. And then there's going to be a helicopter right here. I'm gonna shoot it. I missed. I'm gonna shoot it down. You lived, somehow. Alright, cool. And now we are going to, this is a big checkpoint where where Hotwire is supposed to hack things. We have 6 rocket bullets, which is just enough. Alright, so Hotwire should be behind us. Yeah, okay, she's behind us. Alright, she didn't decide to be stubborn today. She can be. So while she hacks this, we already cleared the area for her because we're good at our jobs. We're gonna kind of just go forward. I want to actually kill you with a rocket because I want to show off a bug. I didn't show off the bug correctly because I thought I had 1 less rocket bullet than I did. Alright, such is the life. I didn't get a Hotwire voice line. Crap. We are getting trolled by Hotwire. So, what do I mean by getting trolled by Hotwire? Well, she is in the spot where she is supposed to go do some hacking. She is currently not doing that hacking, despite us asking her nicely to. And because I was talking, I did not look at the sniper in front of me who shot me in the face. Alright, doesn't matter. We will go through the section again, and it gives me another opportunity to show off this trick. Alright. Let's kill you with a rocket launcher. Kill you with a rocket launcher. I need 1 bullet to kill people with rocket launchers. Alright, so now I'm going to shoot a rocket launcher at this tank, and I pick up ammo. Oh wait, hey, I should have reloaded there, but no reload. That is a very consistent bug in Renegade. In fact, it's been well known for a very long time. That is the only spot in the speed in the any percent run that it matters, because sometimes you won't have full rockets there. I'm gonna grab this health here to be safer. So I'm now gonna kill the sniper that's looking at me. But yeah, that was the trick I wanted to show off. Alright, so Hotwire's gonna complain we're not helping her. She shouldn't. That is actually just a warning, because this is the part of the level where it will fail if you go too fast. So I am taking this part slowly on purpose. Dodge that rocket, because I don't like getting shot by rockets. Okay, Hotwire. Now, anytime now. Did I miss a trigger? Alright. Yeah, Hotwire is trolling me. Okay, so, if you go past a marker about, like, right here, yeah. If you go past a marker right there without Hotwire having finished her job, she will troll you, and by troll you, I mean the mission will fail. AKA, it's possible to go too fast. We are going to go check on her in case, I hit that trigger for what it's worth, but the game sometimes won't process it. Hotwire's supposed to play a voice line when it happens, so we get to have the fun thing of going back. I did the route correctly. In any percent here, I would reset for what it's worth, because if I were doing a serious run. Because Hotwire is being a massive troll. Where are you? Yeah, okay, so she's supposed to literally walk. Yeah, so her AI navigation is literally just being a jerk and not walking into the trigger that will make the necessary thing happen. Hey, go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, there we go. So she plays that voice line. Now you're supposed to defend her from a helicopter that will spawn right here. That helicopter won't actually kill her, so it doesn't matter. Though when that helicopter gets shot down in the 100% route, it drops health, permanent health and armor upgrades, which are nice in 100% because 100% is really important not to die. But yeah, so that was us being, like in any good speedrun, that is us being trolled by any good Renegade speedrun. That is Hotwire trolling the shit out of us. That sound right there was a helicopter blowing up. So that Hotwire is a jerk. She will do that sometimes and will just kill your run for you. Okay, so this is the voice line that plays that confirms you can walk past the fail trigger here. We already kind of cleared out part of this area, though obviously there are parts that we couldn't peek. There is a rocket soldier here. How much longer is the run? From here, about 25 minutes. 25 minutes is what I would estimate this run to be. If I was trying really hard, it would be about... I'm not sure, actually. From here, it would be about 15 minutes if I was trying to be really fast and not accounting for, like, taking time to explain things. Alright, so that tank there we just kind of ignored and killed some rocket troopers. I reloaded at a really bad time. There's a flame tank here. For sure. For sure. Yeah, so, yeah, we got Hotwire trolled. There is a sniper here. We're gonna kill him. And then now we are going to blow up this APC here. And then there's gonna be dudes that spawn here. We need to make sure just not to die to them. That sniper there is actually the bigger concern. Okay, that's... my HP is terrifying. Now, after this level, our ammo for the rest of the run is gonna get reset, so it doesn't matter that I am using up other bullets. We are going to reload our rocket launcher. It finishes its reload animation inside the tank. And then now we're going to do the trick where we animation cancel tank shots with rocket launcher shots to do damage very fast. Alright, 2 rocket soldiers are going to spawn to the top right here. We stun them with the first shot because we slightly missed. Alright, now we're going to do a hard steer around here because we have nowhere else to go. We don't really care about it. We can't really maintain our momentum there. Kill this bug in our way. Our rocket soldier's going to spawn right here. Alright, I'm going to on purpose try to show off how terrible the flame tank hitbox is. I got it. I got it twice. A tank shot there and a rocket shot there went into nothing. Alright, so now there's 3 tanks here. You know, we could actually care about them fighting us here, or we could do the animation cancel trick to kill them fast enough. Because it does not matter. Okay, our tank might actually die here. That doesn't matter for the end of this level. Alright, I won't die. Alright, so now there's just 2 things behind this obelisk. I'm bad. Alright, we blow them up and the level ends. So yeah, we lose many a minute to Hotwire. She's a troll. Obelisk of Oppression is the run killer of this run. By far. Because of that. Because she can just sometimes decide not to like you. Alright, so now our ammo gets reset because we just went to prison. Basically, Sydney, the person we rescued, is dumb. And got us trapped by accident. So we kill those guards. They kindly drop their guns. Kill these guards who drop chem sprayers, which is a useless gun in this run. Don't tell some runners I said that. They will be offended at me. So now we're going to pick up equipment. We killed that guy to get a key card to open the cell. And then we grab equipment. These guys have guns. I want to pick them up because ammo is a little bit scarce during a later part of this run. And 100% it's incredibly scarce for what it's worth. Another cool reason to watch 100%. So we're going to kill this guy with a pistol to conserve a little bit of ammo. And we're going to get into this buggy. Alright, so now this buggy's health, we actually very much care about keeping it very up. Because of a trick we're about to do, that is much harder on lower buggy health. So we're going to shoot this gun turret a bit. Try to kill it. Yep, okay. Now we're going to go through this gate. In front of this gate is an armor upgrade, so increases our armor permanently for the rest of the run. We are now going to drive around this APC. This tank, we need to make him miss the shot, so we have to kind of react to how he's aiming and drive in such a way that makes him miss the shot with how he's leading it. That was kind of the slow way he could have led the shot, so I lost about a second there. Alright, now here comes a really hard trick. Flame tank. You know how we ran past a flame tank earlier and kind of didn't care that it shot us? Well, we also just did that there. That is way harder than it looks. It is very important that your buggy is on high health because it will still do some damage. It's just a matter of how much damage. So our buggy was high health there, which made that trick have a wider margin for error. So we're going to pick up that rocket launcher, and then we are going to get out of the buggy on that side. There's control in Renegade to get out of vehicles on a specific side. You just hold the direction you want. So we're going to get out of the buggy on that side, drop down, and get in this elevator. This stealth tank will never shoot us. It will in 100% because it takes a little bit for it to find its target. Alright, so there's this rocket guy. The barrel saved our life there. We're going to Ah! You're annoying. Why would you do that, Nod Soldier? Hey, you dropped a rocket. That was actually nice of you. You run low on rockets in this run, so him dropping a rocket, even though he kind of lost his time to pick it up, kind of sucks. Alright, so we're going to get this tank. These guys don't matter. They especially don't matter when they drive into our tank to die. We're going to try to hit a shot here. We hit it. I get stuck on the railing because the railings in this game suck. Alright, this APC we don't really care about because we are going to just block its way, get out of the tank here, and drive here. Alright, what's my sniper at? Ooh, sniper, dropping sniper is actually very nice. The black hand here. Alright, so now we're gonna jump off a cliff. Cool. Kill that, and we are going to head down here. Now here comes a very hard part casually, and a very trivially easy part in the speedrun. The reason it is easy in the speedrun is because we pick up this flamethrower here. Those flame troopers are guaranteed to drop it. And we tap fire it, which stuns. And so we just kind of stun and run through the enemies. There's going to be 4 here. Bad reload. Really bad reload. Stun you and then run. Okay, cool. Alright. It's gonna shoot behind us. They won't catch us. We go through this door. He will appear. This guy will appear. Miss the shot. Hit the shot the second time. And pull out the personal ion cannon because we are about to have a boss fight. This is the Ravishal fight. It's incredibly easy. It's impossible to mess up. However, there is a bug, such as what happened in my most recent world record that lost me 30 seconds. This bug will lose you anywhere between 5 seconds and a minute. If it happens, it's very rare to happen. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person it happens to. We have no clue what causes it. I'll explain what happens. It's called the Ravishal bug. So, Ravishal, the short dude, Ravishal, the short dude who is the big bad guy, is actually not the big bad guy, because he got turned into a mutant by one of the scientists we're trying to rescue, who's actually the villain. He became taller. That's really the only benefit. He no longer has a rocket launcher, which I think would make the boss fight much harder. Alright, so this boss fight, is... I said it was trivially easy, but I'm sorry, I lied. It's actually incredibly hard. You know, it's really hard. You have to do all these cycle management, and he's T-posing. We just quick save. And missed the easiest shot in the game. Wow, okay. It is hard. Load the quick save, that's why we loaded it. Hit the easiest shot in the game. Make him complete his animation, which lets him throw us. And then I'm going to save here because I don't want to get Ravishal bugged. He's going to go here, and we shoot him, and it triggers this death animation. And then for good measure, we teabag him. Alright, so the Ravishal bug there is during that set part where we trigger him to fall off with his death animation. He sometimes just doesn't feel like it, and will just stay there on 0 HP on the platform, just stand there menacingly, and not die. And he will cost you 30 seconds in your world record run. Alright, so we wait for the scientist Mobius to talk here. This mission is the worst escort mission in the game. Sucks. He sucks. He should really get a life. He should suck less. Alright, so this is where I was talking about the game's auto-aim sucks. Because the game's auto-aim will hit your teammates. That doesn't sound terrible. I missed the keycard there. Cool. He can get stuck on an elevator. We'll see that in a second. So we're gonna trigger this cutscene where he puts on a suit. This suit makes him invincible to enemies. I'm not kidding. On 100% on harder difficulties, he's not quite invincible. In this difficulty, he might not actually be invisible, but he's at least practically invincible. But player bullets do not only do damage versus him, they do bonus damage versus him. So, you have to not... The auto-aim, which will hit him, which will make your bullets that you were not aiming at him, which will make him hit him, will hit him. And you will lose the run by killing him because the mission... It's an escort mission. The mission fails if he dies. Of which the only way for him to die is for you to kill him. And by the way, he takes more damage from you on the easiest difficulty that we play on. He takes less damage from you on harder difficulties. Okay, he's trolling us by blocking our movement here. I'm taking a lot of care to realize where he's running to. Kill this guy. This turret, which doesn't do damage to him. Observe, it did no damage to his health bar there. That tank is in our way. It's usually not necessary to kill it, but that time it was. Okay, so now here comes a kind of hard section, so I'm gonna focus. I got a really good, like, way that section can happen. So those three guys, the two... See, auto-aim just shot Mobius. He can get stuck on this elevator. He only really got stuck on it for a millisecond. So we're... Blow up the ceiling guns. There's two stealth laser guys. They should try to hit him, but they one tried to hit me instead. We kill them. Alright, now up comes here is a troll section. This section is kind of hard to mess up, but if it does mess up, it's really annoying. Yeah. So there's about 12 rocket, or not 12, there's about 6 rocket soldiers around us at various spots. There's 2 behind us, they won't get to us in time to actually hit us, usually. As well as that sniper that I killed there, and on the top of the cliff. That section is scary. Fun fact, I just jumped on top of Ravishaw's head there. This is a Visceroid, it's a Tiberium mutant that spawns when killed with a Tiberium weapon. That is why we don't use Tiberium weapons like this Chem Sprayer in the run, because there's about a 1 in 10 chance that it spawns a Tiberium mutant when you kill it. A Visceroid. So we just go onto this elevator here. That turret we don't really care about because we can stand here and it won't hurt us. Oh, I might have said Ravish's head. I meant to say Moby's head. Alright, so now here comes the hardest section of the game casually, I believe, period. And a very hard section of the speedrun. Basically, there's a bunch of dudes who want to shoot us. This is the most actual FPS gameplay you will see in this run. Luckily, they lined up in such a way the flamethrower killed them all. That was pretty fast for that section. That wasn't, like, optimal, but it was pretty close to good. It was pretty good. Alright, so now there's these turrets here. We're going to shoot a rocket at them, pick up this armor upgrade, and then explode them. It's possible to do that with 1 rocket, but it's kind of tight, so 2 rockets is fine. We're not in any danger of running out of rockets. We go to this garage door. As a minor optimization, we run to it first and then run to the side. And then this mission will end once... Yeah, the mission will end once it is... once we get to this top of this hill with both us and Mobius. Just kind of kill these guys in his way, mostly so he doesn't get stuck, and a little bit to pick up their ammo. Mobius is incredibly fast when running to his checkpoints. He just shot us because he's a great teammate. We just escorted you through this entire level, man. Alright. Without me losing 3.5 minutes to Obelisk of Oppression, this is a really solid run, by the way. Alright, so now to UTT. This is the level I find personally hardest. That is not a consensus among the game. We start the level by picking up this ammo. Let's grab the sniper. We don't need the laser rifle. Alright, super solid sniper bullets. Alright, so here comes a trick very similar to the one you saw in the second level, where we blew up the master control terminal of the building through a wall. There's a complicating factor in this level. In this level, buildings heal. Buildings heal because you're supposed to blow up the thing that heals them. Like, as the main goal of the level, to be honest. But that's for cowards. We can outdamage its healing in rare circumstances. Good job. We have a tank AI. That tank just hit a really cool shot. So first things first. And by the way, if you do watch the 100% speedrun, this is by far the hardest level in 100%. And I think also hardest level casually overall. Okay, so the lineup here, we are going to pull out the laser rifle, not because we're going to use it, but because we use its... I was lining up against Havoc's forearm there. And then we are going to use our personal ion cannon, our super weapon in a gun, to shoot at this very precise pixel. And we blow up the building. The reason that is necessary is because blowing that up is what gives us access to drive this tank, which is very necessary for the second half of the level. Alright. That helicopter wanted to spawn a stealth tank, but I said no. Alright, so the mammoth tank is actually slower than walking on foot, but it's necessary. Also notably, auto-aim sucks. The reason auto-aim sucks is it makes the tank shots you're not able to lead them anymore. Alright, kill that stealth tank so it doesn't damage our tank while we're gone. Now we have to go open that gate that we just parked in front of. This section is a little bit scary. Alright, there's a guy there and a guy to my left. I'm looking at the minimap in the bottom left to look at that. There's also a rocket guy right here that we're going to kill. Alright, so now we're going to pull up the flamethrower because, again, it stuns. This is a very scary section. It doesn't stun flame dudes, but flame dudes don't really do damage to us. So it is fine. Alright, that is more than acceptable health to end that section on. That is actually relatively clean. We grabbed the guy we killed had a key card to open the gate, the stealth guy. So we are going to open this gate here, kill this dude. I kill him with a pistol because why not? Alright, now up comes a section I am very bad at. Compared to other top runners of this game, this is by far the section I am worst at compared to them. Alright, so there's this obelisk. It wants to kill us. And there are infinite enemy spawnings in this area that want to kill us. So notice here the auto-aim is actually just making these shots impossible to hit. Gonna make a safety quick save. Notably, in quick save, normally we do not measure the time it takes to quick save in-game time. We use the tank to blow up. Oh shit. I'm gonna crush this guy. I didn't kill that guy? Okay. My tank is on very scary HP. My tank is on scary enough HP such that I think I'm going to lose it. Alright, there will be guys who spawn behind us. I really don't want them to kill them. I'm gonna be really safe. And kill any that I see. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so now we have to blow up these two buildings. I remember the thing I said about building healing? Well, we, on easiest difficulty, out-damage it before it happens, so we can kill these buildings. I'm gonna try to kill this. Yeah, okay. That's not that third thing isn't necessary, I do it for safety later on. Alright, so yeah, kill those two buildings. The harder one is the one where we're trying to actually just hit the tower.
Will you take a look at this? I don't think this is a non-vehicle.
So these black hands notably don't die in one hit to a sniper body shot, whereas these other dudes do. It is entirely random what these dudes on the ground spawn as. Two of them spawned as rockets, two of them spawned as gunners. The rockets are much scarier. Alright, so now we're going to open this gate for the future. And then we are going to shoot a rocket at this SAM site and at this rocket soldier just to kill him, because they'll get in the way later. Kill this helicopter. Kill this stealth soldier behind us. Make sure my personal ion cannon is reloaded. I will need it to be reloaded for a slight optimization. Kill this helipad. There's a stealth soldier somewhere around here. I'm walking in the open trying to bait him out. There he is. Alright, and I'm going to place the C4 on the SAM site. I do not want to blow it up yet. Alright, so now we want to kill this construction yard. The way we do as such is by just shooting its master control terminal from a distance. I forgot to blow it up with the correct timing. Immediately after I destroy the master control terminal, I should blow up that SAM site. I should trigger my bomb to blow up that SAM site. The reason is blowing up the SAM sites spawns this Humvee that we very much would like because it is a car and it is faster than walking. But if we blow up the SAM site too early, it will get destroyed by the enemies kind of vibing around. They'll recognize it as an enemy vehicle and they will shoot at it. And they'll blow it up. And that's no good. Alright, so now the section... It's possible to do this section slowly, but it's not possible to, like, lose a run in this section, really, unless you're, like, trying to be optimal. We opened this gate. It should be noted, actually, when we blew up their buildings with this tank, we could have opened the gate from the other side with a clip. It is not faster. It is about equal time, but it's possible to, like, mess up the clip, so people, generally speaking, these days don't do it. Alright. So we pick up that beacon, and the mission will end in 5 seconds. I didn't grab the armor upgrade. Okay, there's also an armor upgrade there that I thought I grabbed. It's obviously free to grab in the time you wait. It's very nice to grab because this next mission is hard. This is the last mission of the game, stopping on Holy Ground, and it is entirely us FPSing. We will start by dropping down. We could take the stairs, but that's slow. So there's these dudes. We only care about doing that, killing that fourth guy in the corner. So we're gonna drop here and go into this room. This is Kane, the big bad guy in the entire series' bedroom. He says the funniest line in the game, if you did hear it there. He says progress seems to be slow. And then we grab the Volt Auto Rifle, which is the best rifle gun in the game by quite a lot. Mostly, the reason it's such a good gun is because, as you will see and have seen, it stuns very strongly when you hit shots with it. Alright, so now we're going to walk into here. We're going to pull out a C4. We're going to throw it here. We're going to blow it up. There's a way to blow up that C4 without taking damage, but it doesn't actually matter. Reload our gun here to have full ammo. I want to play this kind of safe in a marathon setting, because this is a very hard thing in a marathon setting. That rocket guy is a jerk. Alright, so now up comes one of the harder individual FPS skill sections in the entire game, especially on harder difficulties. On harder difficulties, this is genuinely one of the hardest single-player shooter sections in video games I've ever played, because there's a lot of these dudes, and they do a lot of damage. We're going to run to this button here. It kills all of... I didn't hit it. It kills all of the dudes who are still in the pods, which cuts down our competition by basically all of them. Die, please. So, the difficulty setting we are on makes the drops relatively generous. Makes the enemy drops relatively generous. You don't have to kill all of them there. It's just you have to kill enough such that the very last part of the game is an escort section. And you want to kill enough such that they don't kill the person you're escorting. It's a very important part of actually running this level optimally is striking the correct balance of how many to kill versus how many to leave behind that you can handle later. Alright, so now here is another very hard section of the run, but I'm full health. We just kind of walked through basically a zombie crypt. Just ignore that. Not relevant to the gameplay of this game. You can just kind of sprint through it. So now here we have about 30 stealth enemies shooting at us. In the effort of doing it fast, we do not care about them shooting us. We need to kill them so that they don't interfere with the final boss fight that we are about to do in 20 seconds. Alright, and before the final boss fight starts, we start by either shooting her or walking into range. We kill those dudes in the cages who will heal her. So yeah, here's Petrova. She's the scientist we were trying to rescue. Petrova's... Yeah, so here's final boss fight. This final boss fight is possible to mess up. Notice how we pulled out the personal ion cannon. And we want to hit a headshot. So we walk into this corner, save. And we hit the headshot. First try. Let's go. You're killing me. So there was a guy left behind. He almost killed me during the boss fight. I have to kill this person before I pick up this key card that spawns this cutscene, because this is the only cutscene in the game with which you can take damage during. I'm not kidding. So if you don't kill the enemies around you when you start the cutscene, they will kill you at the end of the cutscene. You will be dead at the end of the cutscene. Alright, so now here comes an escort section. Cindy, once again. This escort section isn't too bad. The main thing you just have to do is not shoot her, is the main bit of skill. So, yeah. There's a way to manipulate her to go left or right. I don't actually know how. It doesn't really matter for speed. It's just sometimes helpful if you've cleared out one side. So we go back to this section where we had the big shooter section. And we just need to make sure they don't kill her. Either by shooting us, or us killing them first. Shooting us instead of her. Or us killing them first. Alright, so now we spawn up top with this section here. we need to just run to these elevator platforms.
For a toil today is a lesson tomorrow.
That guy usually doesn't spawn, but whatever. There would be 2 guys here. We go up to this elevator. This guy climbing down the rope is a random spawn. Sometimes he's a rocket soldier who will one-shot you, so it's very important to kill him first. And ready on time is where we would have here. As the game ends when she finishes pressing those buttons. And that is the run. In a 109.26.65 RTA, that is Command & Conquer Renegade Any percent. Very much the skill of being fast at this game is correctly evaluating a lot of spots where I didn't quite explain my thought process, but where correctly evaluating whether it's safe to run through enemies who will shoot you or kill them, because it is very much optimal to run through enemies and not kill them, because you can take straight lines and you don't stand still shoot, right? And that is the run, a 105.32, which is quite a solid run. I lost 3.5 minutes to Hotwire and Obelisk of Oppression. Without that, it is a 102 basically even, and a 102 would put this run at 4th in the world. So that was a pretty good marathon run, including the Rescue and Retribution Gold. So thank you all. Hope to run this game at Shots Fired.